you are thinking about moving abroad, or at least you're considering the possibility. And I mean, who wouldn't want it, right? You've got all this beauty. You've got the low cost of living and low taxes and the beauty and the food and the new lifestyle you're gonna live. It's amazing. And maybe like me, at some point you've asked yourself, why doesn't everybody do this? It just makes sense. It's good for your wallet, it's good for your health, it's good for your soul, it's good for your story. Where's the catch? Well, the problem, even though it might be a bit more complex than you might think, it's also quite simple to avoid. And so I think it's worth us talking about it and making sure you don't fall into that trap. And so, first thing, this is a simple principle. If I go outside on a street and I ask 100 people, hey, do you want to be a millionaire, sir? I'll get 100 yeses. Yes, of course, of course. But we all know how that ends. How many of those people will be millionaires? Not many, if any at all. Why? Well, they say they want to, but they lack the urgency. They lack making it a priority. They lack the will. They lack the perseverance. They're unwilling to make the sacrifices. And so they simply won't be millionaires, which means they don't want it enough. Now, how does this apply to moving abroad? In the exact same way. If you ask people, hey, would you want this or whatever you want to do? A lot of them would say, yeah, who wouldn't want to? However, then the reality sets in, and you need to start considering things like prioritization. And this is the first trap. It's a very easy thing to delay. And it can seem like there's always something more important or something you need to get done before you can start the process and move. Well, let's do it when this and when that and when X, Y, and Z. 10 years go by, 20 years go by, it's done, right? You can retire to that place, but yeah, you miss 20 years of the possibility of living there. And this ultimately stems from fear, anxiety, and uncertainty, fear of the unknown, fear of change, etc. And that's the first beast you have to deal with on the journey to moving abroad, because again, it's not the easiest thing in the world. You are leaving a lot of stuff behind and welcoming a very new life, so that might be something that could potentially come into play and that you need to deal with. Secondly, you have the flea training. Have you ever seen that video of fleas being placed in a jar, a lid is closed, and then whenever they jump, they hit their head, they just hit themselves. And then the scientists remove the lid after X amount of time, and no flea jumps higher than the lid. Even though they could easily jump out, they never do. Because they're thinking, oh, I can't jump that high. I can't jump that high. So the next thing is conditioning and your environment. Ask any person who's tried to do something like this, moving abroad, etc. They'll tell you the amount of naysayers they had to deal with. Oh, no, don't do it. It's risky. It's dangerous. It's blah, 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 blah. Right? There's a lot of people who are going to try to talk you out of it. Maybe because they mean well and they're scared for you, or maybe because they don't have the guts to do it themselves. Whatever the reason, it doesn't matter. You'll have to deal with the environment of people who just don't think that way and who aren't ready to make those moves. But at the same time, you need to understand your own mind, your own comfort, because comfort can be a massive prison. It's the exact same prison that holds the 100 people from the start becoming millionaires. I could put in the work, I could make the sacrifices and make the money, but then again, it's not that bad. That's the exact same thing. Sure, would I want to live somewhere else? Is there a better place for me where I can thrive and grow and build stuff that I want to build and experience life? Yeah, but it's not that bad where I'm now. And excuses come in, you mix them up with the fear, you mix them up with the naysayers, and that's dreams gone. And even if you overcome these few, there's the third one, and that's the information and execution of it. Again, it's not a simple thing to do. It's not like learning sales or starting an SMMA agency. Like it's much more serious, number one, and yeah, it's not simple by any means. And so then what can happen is one of two things. Either you start digging into it and there's so much info you just get overwhelmed and you scratch it, and then again fear comes in and you say, fuck it. Or you don't have enough info and you think you're unprepared to actually do it from an information and preparation standpoint, right? And so these three, like, it's a deadly fucking combo, you know? It's a deadly combo because they play into each other. You don't have enough information. You could look it up, you could search, but then you're like, I mean, I'm good here. Or what if X happens? Fuck it. Yeah? And so, yeah, these are the three reasons why more people don't do it. That's simply what it is. It's the same reason why people don't do anything worthwhile. Because just like anything worthwhile, this requires some prioritization, some dedication, a time investment, a commitment, a bit of courage, and everything else. Anything worth doing needs. Now, listen, you can do it. You can seriously do it. You're equipped and you're able to overcome the fear, overcome the anxiety. You're able to not listen to the naysayers, and you're able to get the info, the preparation, the finances, or anything else you need to make it happen. The question is, will you? Because then it only comes down to a conscious decision to do those things, deal with those problems, make the sacrifices, and then reap the rewards. And whether it's making $1 million or living in paradise, doesn't make too much of a difference. Now, I hope you push through whatever it is. I hope you make it happen, because it could be one of the best decisions you make that changes your life forever and ends up creating so many new stories for yourself. If by any chance you want to make the process a bit easier, a bit simpler, you want to have less naysayers and more yaysayers, more people who think the same and who want to do the same, and you're interested in the beautiful, beautiful Balkans, which in my humble opinion is one of the best places in the world. Obviously I'm biased, but it really is, right? And I explain why in many, many videos and many places. I'll put the schooling down in the description. You can jump in, it's free. You'll find myself there, other people. I'm making interviews with people who've moved already. There's a lot of information from just general moving and expat info all the way to country breakdowns. So yeah, jump in, see you there if that's your thing. If not, all the best. I know you can do it.